Okay, so now where we stand is that at this point I went to openclipart.org and I downloaded plenty of free images about babies, anything that has to do with babies. Now that I have the images on my hard drive, what I'm going to do is open them in Photoshop, or you can use GIMP. And with those tools, what we're going to do is I'm going to modify the graphics to fit the actual game. Okay, so I'm doing the graphics myself. Again, you don't have to do this. You can just go to appsfresh.us, okay, just like that, and you can go there and I think if you go to /graphics, so appsfresh.us/graphics, you can find lots of packages that already have characters and balls and menus and lots of items that are already created for you. You just have to take them there and overwrite the files from the source code. That's the easy way to go. Now I'm going the hard way again, just to show you as an exercise. So if you want to go the hard way, you can go the hard way as well, no problem. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to modify the main character first. It is the hardest, so I'm going to start with the hardest first. Okay. So what I'm going to do is open what I just all the main files in Photoshop. Okay, so in your source code, when you go to the resources folder images, there's those animations. Okay, this is the character animation. Okay, so this one is the hardest, so I'm gonna open them all in Photoshop. I right click and I do open with Photoshop. Okay, now if you don't have Photoshop, again, you can either get it, if you're a student, I think you can definitely get it for free, or you can also get the free equivalent of Photoshop. It's called GIMP, okay, gimp.org. You can get it for free over there, okay? It's totally free, it's open source. All right, and when I say it's like Photoshop, it's like, you know, it's like OpenOffice. It's just really the clone of Photoshop. Now it's not as good as Photoshop, but it's way more than enough than what you need to do what we're going to be doing here. All right, okay, so now that they're open in Photoshop, I'm going to go with the first animation. I'm going to go with the zombie idol. Okay, so that's basically when the zombie or the main character is standing straight. All right, so what I'm going to do is now open the graphics that I downloaded. Okay, so as you can see, those baby boys and girls are going to be my main graphics. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to open them with Photoshop. All right, now the problem with that, they don't have the right size. Not just that, they don't have the right posture in the sense that those ones are sitting and I need them to be straight. Okay, so I'm going to have to tweak it and modify it myself. Now I'm not really good at drawing, but I'm good enough to be able to trace things around and make them look okay. You know, I mean, this is not rocket science here. Okay, you don't have to be Picasso here. Okay, anyone could do this. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select. I'm going to do. I'm just going to select one person at a time. Okay, actually there's no need to do that. What I'm going to do is image, then right there you go to canvas size. Okay, canvas size, and I'm going to change the size, the height. Instead of 7.3 here, I'm going to double it to 14.6. okay, so I'm doubling the size horizontally. All right, so now I have more room to work with. Now what I'm going to do is click on the move. Okay, right there, the move tool, and I'm going to start moving this up a little bit. All right, so I have more room to make it stand. All right, now what I want to do is separate the boy and the girl in two different layers. As you can see on the right, I have them in one layer, so I'm gonna click on the select tool right there, okay, the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm just gonna select this first character, and then once I have it selected, I do edit, cut, okay, and edit, paste special, paste in place, which basically is going to paste it back exactly where it is. But now, as you can see, I have two different layers. So this one, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to rename this layer to boy and rename this one to girl. That's it. All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to make the girl invisible for now. I'm just going to work on the boy. Okay. So what I want now is separate the body from the head. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the polygonal lasso tool. Okay. And right there, I'm gonna zoom in. Press Command plus to zoom in, okay? And Command minus to zoom out, okay? And I'm gonna start cutting around. Okay, it does not have to be perfect. Okay, don't worry about it. That's good enough, because this is going to be so small anyway on the screen at the end, so it doesn't really have to be perfect. Plus you can pixelate it if you want to, add the special effect of having like pixel art. One thing, when you select that, make sure you have the boy selected here. The boy layer needs to be selected, otherwise it's not going to be able to cut it for you. Okay, so now I'm going to go edit cut and edit, paste special, paste in place. So now as you can see, you will see the exact same thing as what we had earlier, but this time what we have is that the body and the head are in two different layers. See, I can just remove the head and I can remove the body now. Okay, so I'm gonna work on the body. What I'm gonna do is I need to make that person stand straight. So I'm gonna use the pencil tool. I'm gonna create a new layer and use the pencil tool to trace a body standing up. Okay, so I'm gonna click on new layer right there. Okay, as you can see, create a new layer. There we go. And I'm gonna click on the pencil tool. Okay, this one right there. And I'm gonna click pencil tool. All right, I want a pencil of 2 pixels. It's good, yeah. Size 2 pixels, and hardness, I want it to be 100% hardness to the max. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to start drawing. I'm okay with I'm okay with this part of the body. What I need to change is starting from here. Okay, I need like the body to go down. As you can see, I don't have the right color, so I'm going to change that. Okay, but that's pretty much what I want. I want the body to go down. So I'm going to select. I'm going to go to the color here, and I'm going to click here and select black. Okay, because I'm going to trace it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just trace the body. Now I can see that that it's a bit too thick compared to the rest of the body. Okay, so I'm gonna do Command Z to remove that, or you can do Edit Undo. Okay, what I'm gonna do is change the pencil size from 2 pixel to 1 pixel. That's it. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw. Okay, that's a bit thinner. I like it. Okay, and I think that will be it for the baby. Okay, I'm gonna draw the shoe. Now as you can see, it's not really good, but it's good enough. Alright, now I'm gonna draw the bottom of the shoe, which is supposed to be something like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna draw the other foot. Okay, the way I'm gonna draw it is actually a different way. First, let me close that. So I'm gonna go somewhere like that. Okay, and that will do it. Now it's not perfect. I will need to do some changes to that, but that will do for now. What I want to do now is actually close that. But the way I want to close this, I want to okay. So I remove the body layer behind, just to show you what I have right now. As you can see, what I want to do now is select the right color. So I'm going to click on the pants. Okay, so the blue pants. So this is the blue pants layer. I'm going to click there, and I'm going to go and select the color there. I want the blue color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here on the color, and as you can see now I have a picker, and I'm going to pick the blue color right there. Okay, so now I do have the regular blue color selected, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in this layer and remove this one, and I'm going to close this one. Okay, by the way, this needs to be closed perfectly because I want to be able to fill this up with one color. Okay, so it needs to be all sealed up. Okay, now I'm going to go to the bucket, the paint bucket. Okay, select paint bucket tool, and I'm going to paint that. There we go. That's good enough. Now as you can see, we have the same color. Okay, and it looks kind of okay. It's not perfect, but it looks okay. Now what I want to do is also add the hand. I'm going to take the hand and put it down. Okay, I don't have that. So what I'm going to do is first remove the foot, okay, that I just added. Go to the blue pants right there, and I'm going to select one hand, and I'm actually going to reuse the same hand again and again. Okay, so I'm going to select the lasso tool. Okay, and lasso tool, I'm just going to go around. I'm just going to click and go around that. Actually, it's harder with the lasso tool, so don't use the lasso tool. I'm going to use the magnetic lasso. Okay, magnetic lasso follows the colors that are on the image. Okay, So I'm gonna just follow the hand right there. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now this is only for the sake of learning, so I'm going faster than what I should do. Usually I would take more time to go through those things, but I don't want to waste too much of your time. What matters is that you understand the concept here. This is it. Now of course it might be even harder for you, or it might be easier depending on how many times you've done that in the past. Okay, so now I do have the whole hand selected, and I'm gonna do edit, cut. Okay, all right, and I'm gonna do edit, paste. Okay, now that's gonna paste it anywhere there, and that's fine where it's pasted. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just move it with the move tool. Okay, right there, this move tool, and I'm gonna move it somewhere around here. Now as you can see, it's in the back, so we don't see it. So I need to move the hand selection, okay, because it needs to be on top there. All right, now the head is above. I think a baby's hand would be somewhere around here. Now I'm gonna I press Command T to rotate it. Okay, Command T and rotate it down like that. Okay, that's good enough. I rotate it, so now the hand is facing down. All right, now what I need is create the actual arm. Okay, so I'm gonna select black again and the pencil, and I'm gonna draw and trace the hand. Okay, with the pencil tool again, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna trace the hand that's supposed to end somewhere on here. Okay, all right, that's not perfect, but that definitely will do. All right, so now let's remove all the extra stuff that we have. But right now what I want to do is select, create the shoes colors. Okay, so I'm going to clean up, so I don't need this. Let's use the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, click on the magnetic lasso and make sure you select the blue pants where the pants are, and I'm going to remove all this part of the body that we don't need. Okay, right now I know it looks a bit messy, but things are going to get a lot smoother very soon. Okay, all right, that will do, and I'm gonna remove this part. Okay, so I'm selecting all the things that I don't need. All right, so now that I have this part selected, I'm just gonna remove it. Click on delete. That's it. All right, done. Now as you can see, it looks a lot better already. It's not perfect because as you can see there's some like black here, so I'm gonna remove that. I'm selecting the marquee tool. Okay, and I'm gonna select this part and click on delete. Done. Okay, all right, now what I want to do is remove this black here, because the hand is going down now, so I don't need this black. It's kind of like a problem right now. So I'm just gonna select the blue color, the color of the clothes. Okay, and I'm gonna start using the this time, instead of, I'm going to still use the pencil tool, but this time I'm going to use a bigger size pencil tool. Okay, I'm going to go with about 10 pixels. That will do. Okay, all right, and now I'm going to start removing this. Oh yeah, it doesn't work right now because this part is selected and I can only do this in this selected part, so I need to remove this selected part. I do select, deselect. Okay, so that removes that. Now I'm going to be able to see, now I'm able to removing those. All right, and I'm going to remove that. All right, that's good enough. I'm going to remove this. As you can see, it's starting to look a little bit better, huh? I'm going to remove that a little bit. I'm going to zoom in, and as you can see, I need some black here. Okay, I need to use the pencil here. So again, I'm going to select the black color and I'm going to use the pencil right there, but instead of being 10 pixels I need 1 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna just trace right there. All right, okay, well, it's not perfect, but this will do for now. Okay, all right, so what I want to do before I do anything else now is actually paint the shoe. Okay, so the way I'm going to paint the shoe is just select the color that I want. I'm going to paint the shoe darker. It was a darker blue, like some kind of a purple blue. Okay, so this one will do. Okay, and I'm gonna click on the paint bucket. Okay, so paint bucket is right there, and paint that. All right, and now the bottom of the shoe will be even darker than that. Okay, so I'm going to select another color, but just a darker purple. Okay, and just paint the bucket with the bucket tool. All right, let's zoom out and see how things are. And that looks pretty okay, but as you can see, we only have one hand and one arm and one foot and one leg. So I need to duplicate that, okay? But the reason why I create just one is that because I want to be able to easily duplicate this, okay? Now, as you can see, I can remove the hand pretty easily. See, I can remove the body and I can remove the hand. So by just doing that, I can duplicate the hand very easily. So that's why I created the hands on a different layer, okay? All right, so let's duplicate this hand. How do I do that? I just select this layer and I start to drag and drop it down. And I'm going to select here, select this duplicate layer. And now you don't see it, but it's actually duplicated. Instead of hand left, I'm going to call the layer hand right. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take the move tool, okay, and I'm going to start moving it. And as you can see, I'm moving it. Now I need this hand to be below it, okay? So what I'm going to do is take the hand right and move it behind the layer, behind the pants. All right, now it is behind, but it needs to be filled up, right? It's not filled up. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it back up. I'm going to move it here just for the sake of you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to fill this with blue, okay? So I'm going to select the right color with the picker. I'm going to select the pencil. I'm going to seal this, okay? All right, make sure it's sealed. If it's not sealed, then you're going to paint the whole background as well, okay? So here it seems that it's not sealed. There, now it's sealed. And I'm going to click now on the paint bucket. You guys should be familiar with this process. And I'm clicking there, and now it's painted as well. So now I'm going to click back on the move tool. I'm going to move the layer first below the blue pants, okay? And I'm going to move this back to where I wanted it to be. Okay, so that will do for now. Now, as you can see, the hand should actually be the opposite, should be the reflection, but that will do for me, you know, that's okay, you know. Now, let's do the same with the feet, okay? I need the second foot. So, the foot is in this layer, so I'm going to call this leg, okay? So, this is it, okay? So, what I'm going to do is select this layer, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to click here and change the text to leg left, okay? And I'm going to duplicate it. Drag and drop the layer down here. All right, now I'm going to rename this one leg right. Now I have the second leg. How do I know? I don't see it, but if I move it, I see that I have a second leg, okay? Now there's some extra stuff that I probably don't need here, so I will clean it later. But I want the second leg to be somewhere around here, but I want it to be behind the left leg, okay? So I move the layer down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so we can see that there's 2 feet, I'm going to put it a little bit up. Okay, right there, okay? So that sounds good. Now I need to clean up a little bit here, so I don't see that much mess, okay? So I'm going to do a Command plus to zoom in. And what I'm going to do is select the marquee tool. I'm going to select the polygon lasso tool, okay? Polygonal lasso tool. This one has straight lines. I'm going to select these lines, these straight lines, okay? All right, so I don't want this part. That's the part that I want to remove. All right, and that's the part I want to remove from the leg right. Okay, now that I have this, I'm going to click on delete, and now it's gone. All right, and I'm going to zoom out, Command minus, and as you can see, I do have a standing baby now, and that's good enough. It's not perfect, but it definitely will do for this game. Okay, all right. So now I need to save it. I don't have the right size yet, but what I'm going to do, I'm still going to save that. So you can do File, Save for web. It's always good to have a copy first, okay? And I'm going to save it as a PNG file so it can retain the transparency, okay? So you see the background is transparent now, okay? And click on Save. Okay, that might take a while because I have a lot of things open right now, but it's coming. And what I want to do is just save that save this in a temporary file where I would remember where it is to be able to use it later. So I have a folder called Juggle Baby, and right there I'm going to create a new folder. Okay, so File, or just right here, New Folder, and I'm going to call it updated. Okay, there we go. So I have a folder called updated, and I'm going to save this as boy standing. Okay, and press save. All right, now I do have that saved. I'm going to stop this, and in the next video I'm going to replace this on top of the other zombies and modify it. All right, see you in the next lecture.